Gideon Rises is the 20th episode of Gravity Falls and the first season's finale. In it, taking place right after the last episode, the Mystery Shack crew no longer has a Mystery Shack and Gideon took over. Now they have to get it back. Shenanigans ensue. The episode opens just like last episode and we see the suspiciously shaped canyon. The only difference really is now it's a sunny day. After the events of last episode, the Pine family is now staying with Zeus, who we learn in this episode lives with his grandma. Zeus calls her Abuelita, which means granny. So making this clear for the probably non-Americans that Zeus is a Hispanic American. She's got a couple photos of young Zeus around the house, including this one where he learned karate, like most Americans. And I think this is the first time we see Zeus spelled out in series. It's S-O-O-S, not Z-E-U-S like the Greek god. This is the first time we see the grappling hook since the first episode. We learn in this episode Stan has a hearing aid. Gideon wants to bulldoze the shack and make Gideon land. And he's got a popsicle of himself. The tattoo bouncer makes a reappearance and we get a new tat again with a cat on his palm. Wendy has a cousin who lives in upstate, which is a term I've never heard for outside of New York, but I guess it still makes sense in Oregon.
Take me back, Wendy! My arms are too skinny to keep holding this boombox forever!
I was never here.
Have you been getting my texts? Do I need to send you more texts?
Robbie appears here with a boombox, but you did see him earlier in the crowd shot. A lot of people use this as more evidence that there's a clone Robbie running around. In reality, it was either oversight or, well, honestly, there's not that much time in between these two moments, so he probably did just ran and get a boombox and ran back.
Thanks for visiting Gideon Land, friends! Don't come back. I don't care for y'all.
Take me back, Wendy!
Gideon burns a photo from Legends of the Gobblewonker. Gideon's dad has the same sad clown from The Hand That Rocks the Mabel. This little part of Gideon was actually leaked before the episode aired. Gideon explains to his dad about the journals and how he thinks there is something beneath the shack. You see the Grim Lobin page from Boss Mabel. This is the first appearance of the gnome since the first episode, while also technically in the Time Traveler's Pig. Jeff the Gnome is still played by Alex Hirsch, who does basically the Bill Cipher voice. Stan doesn't have enough money to take care of the twins, so he sends them back home. This is the saddest moment of the season. It really does tug on your heartstrings. The show might end here. It's still sad even after the hindsight of the second season. Gideon gets Dipper's journal, and him and kind of the audience realizes that Journal 1 is not accounted for. So he decides to pilot a giant CGI robot of himself to go get it, which was built by McGucket, which we know can build robots since Legend of the Gobblestopper. He pilots it via motion capture with the little ping pong ball suit. It's a really exciting chase sequence. It's over the top for sure, but it's really satisfying seeing Dipper taking out Gideon. Altral! Oh hey look, Blendon. The grappling hook came in handy for once. Turns out Gideon was spying on the town. We learned that the cute biker's name is Tyler. And Pacifica thinks about Mabel more than Mabel thinks about her because she has a dartboard with her face on it. The town turns on Gideon and he gets arrested. Happy ending, the shack's back. And Dipper tells Stan about the journal. But he doesn't believe in it. This page, squashed with a human face and motions, the little code next to it says, "Don't eat him." This pipe says Bill is watching, because he's in the carpet, and we have seen this since episode 1. And then the biggest twist of the season is Stan actually does know what's going on and has Journal 1.
After all these years, finally, we have them all.
Originally, the season was supposed to end here with Stan having all 3 journals. But thanks to a bunch of the staff, including Matt Broly, Alex decided to continue the ending. Opening each journal up to a certain page, we get the biggest reveal of the season.
Here we go.
Stan has a Stargate. Translating the codes here, it says, "The portal, when completed, will open a gateway to infinite new worlds and herald a new era in mankind. Understanding of the universe. Plus, I'll probably get girls to start talking to me finally." I really like the animation of Stan typing in the code from the journals and then sliding back over to look at it again. It just seems very realistic that he wouldn't get it all at once. The theme song plays over an epic remix of the intro theme. In the first airing of the episode, an audio of Grunkle Stan saying,
Gravity Falls will return.
All subsequent airings remove this. We see a page about a crystal and a skull. probably referencing Indiana Jones, the Bill Cipher page, and the Trust No One page from the first episode. Our secret code is reverse the cipher, which if you do this, you'll just kind of get nonsense. But we did also see another code throughout the credits saying, search for the blind eye. The who? Mabel outfit check, her big sleeping shirt, this perfect disguise. A pink sweater with a stitched on question mark, I really like the cyan skirt she pairs it with, and a light purple, almost lavender sweater with a pink thumbs up. This is kind of the perfect season finale for a show. The action's fun, it's really funny, the villain gets what they deserve, the emotions are high, there's a lot of references throughout the season, and it leaves you on a cliffhanger that makes you just beg for more. 10 out of 10. Thank you, you beautiful and wonderful people, for putting up with me talking about Gravity Falls Season 1. I hope to see you for Season 2.
Don't worry, guys. I've been a part-time bus driver for at least 40 minutes. One of these things is probably a clutch.